defensively, good first pass, playing hard, finishing checks, blocking shots. He's been doing it all so far in the series. So loved his game so far, and it was nice to see him get on the score sheet for sure. So.
Marty talks a lot about momentum. Do you feel that your team showed something new physically yesterday to the Caps?
Yeah, I think obviously in Game 1, the third period, we wanted to carry that momentum into Game 2. Didn't really do that. And then we had another really good better third, Game 2. We knew we wanted to carry that momentum into Game 3, and obviously the fans bring a lot of extra juice for us, and that was great. But I think it's just, again, carrying that momentum into Game 4. We know we got the fans again, and whatever happens, Game 4 happens, and we just have to carry that into Game 5. But yeah, I think momentum will be huge again. Just trying to keep that, keep the fans into it. Just make plays that don't give momentum to the other team, and I thought we did a great job of that last night. So.
What have you learned about Jacob Dobish, both on and off the ice, that would lead you to believe that he can handle this moment if he's turned to you?
I think his first game gets thrown in, gets defending Stanley Cup champs, gets a shutout. I think you look at his, first 3 or 4 games. I think they're all some of the top teams in the league, and he played well. So I have all the confidence in the world in Dobes. He's got a lot of confidence in himself, which you need as a young goalie coming in the league. I think he believes that there's no moment too big for him. I think he wants this moment. I think he's ready for anything that was thrown at him. So obviously, don't know what's really going on with Monty, but if Dobes is in the net tomorrow, I think all the boys got confidence in him. So.
Wondering if you could share a little bit of how you've kind of observed or what you've taken from your time with Demita since he's been here and being in this environment, a whirlwind week and a half or whatever it's been. How have you seen him change, adapt, integrate? Like, what's been some of your observations?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's tough for any young guy coming in, being thrown into the playoffs. He had 2 games to kind of get ready, and then he's into a faster pace, and I think any of us really knew. He wants to be better. He wants to be the best on the ice. I think you see that him and Lane kind of have that same mentality. They're first guys on, one of the last guys off. I think I've noticed from this run is his physicality. I think you see him finishing checks. He's not shying away from kind of the physicality part of the game. I saw yesterday him and Wilson were kind of going at it at the face-off dot. I think he kind of likes that, and I think it's been fun to watch. Obviously, you got a sniff on the first power play yesterday too. He looked great. So I think every game he's kind of improved from Game 1 to Game 3. I think he's improved and got a little bit more comfortable with this style of game. So it's been fun to watch. So.
Kaiden, what would you say has improved in your team game defensively last night in preventing the Capitals from, being so present in front of the net first and foremost?
I think it's just our pace in the D zone. I think when they get a puck to our goal line, I think we do a good job of kind of getting 2 or 3 guys in there, kind of swarming it, not giving them a chance to kind of sit up in their own zone. And I can't really remember off the top of my head the shots yesterday, but they didn't have many. So I think it's just our pace in the D zone, just kind of not giving them much time to really even set up, change sides, do whatever. So I think just our pace in the D zone's improved a lot last night for sure.
After 3 playoffs game, Kaiden, what do you think personally as a young group about the old experience of the playoff after 3 games, ups and downs?
Yeah, it's exactly that. I think it's just the emotions controlling that. There's been highs, there's been lows. I think after we scored that 5th goal yesterday, a big thing on the bench was just stay level-headed. Obviously, the crowd is unbelievable, and it's so loud in there, and it brings you a lot of energy. But you almost have to tune that out in a sense, and just kind of get back to level. And you obviously take energy from it, but you can't let it get to a point where you're running around not really thinking. So I think as a young group, we've done a good job of that. Did a good job of that last night. Kind of staying level-headed, and so I think that's just the biggest thing that I think we've kind of taken away, especially from last night. So.
We'll take a few more. Charles,
Looks like you probably face a different goaltender tomorrow. Does that change anything at all with strategy when you have to face a different guy?
Not really. I mean, it's kind of weird. They both kind of catch the opposite way, so maybe in some cases it would be different. But I think we just same game plan. Obviously, it's just kind of same mentality. Doing what we've been doing so far, getting pucks to the net, traffic to the net. Kind of cliche stuff, but I don't think really changes our process, our mentality. So.
Kaiden, you talked a little bit about Jakub Dovesh earlier, but off the ice, what is he like? How have you learned from him? He seems to be wearing his emotion on his sleeve. He was talking yesterday, telling he was afraid and a mess emotionally. He's crying after the game. Is he like that with you guys also a little bit?
No, I didn't know that. So he's a funny guy. Again, the European guys usually have a little bit of character, and obviously they come from a bit of a different culture. And he's been a great guy to have around the room. And I know a lot of us young guys kind of joke with him, and we've all kind of came up with him through camp and rookie camp and all that. So known him for a few years now, and yeah, he's a bit of a character off the ice. So I was happy for him that he did well last night. And again, if he's in tomorrow, it'll be fun to see. So.
Kaiden, for Game 3 playing at home, will you see that there was maybe a switch of mentality where the team was able to be the aggressor instead of receiving a lot of hits from the Caps?
Yeah, no, I think so. I think we definitely had a little bit more aggression to our game. Definitely more physical, and seemed like not that we were shying away Game 1 and 2, but like you said, it seemed like we were more the aggressor. And again, the crowd plays into that for sure. And just again, keeping momentum. We looked at a lot of video of clips maybe that could lose momentum in games, and things not to do to kind of keep it. And I think we did it again. A really good job of that last night. Definitely played a big role into the result. So I think again, keep that going for Game 4. So.
First two games were very close. You could make the argument that your team could have won at least one of those games very easily. Last night, not as close. Do you get any sense that an element of doubt has creeped into the other side, or do you hope that it has?
Yeah, I mean, you hope so. I can't tell you what they're thinking, but again, it's playoffs is almost a mental game more than anything. I mean, I can probably tell you they probably threw that game out the window and they're just focused on Game 4. That's probably what we would do. So again, that game's over now. We're not going to think about it. They're probably not going to think about it. We focus on tomorrow and move on. So.
Kaiden, we know what Arbor can do on the ice, his physical presence, but I wonder, does it make any difference for the rest of the group knowing that he's out there?
Yeah, I mean, he's a big guy, physical presence, like you said. I know he was excited to get in. Even before you guys saw in warm-ups, there was chatter and whatnot. So we see that he's a good player to have on your team, on your side for sure. So we're lucky to have him. I'll just say that. So good. Thanks, guys. Merci.
Thank you.
Le genre de match que tu as eu hier, j'imagine qu'en tant que coach, c'est très satisfaisant. Maintenant, le défi, c'est de le reproduire. En tant que coach, comment tu t'assures que ton équipe soit capable de reproduire cette performance-là?
Il n'y a rien de garanti. Il y a une autre équipe de l'autre côté qui vont travailler sur leurs choses aujourd'hui, qui vont essayer d'amener leur meilleur match aussi. Mais moi, c'est de se concentrer sur chaque action qui va aider. Les séries, pour moi, c'est tout le momentum Puis ces équipes, ils se battent pour le momentum durant un match, durant une série. Puis il faut se battre pour ce momentum-là, de la minute la puck drop. Puis c'est impossible de l'avoir pour 60 minutes. Mais c'est comme je l'ai dit, c'est aller chercher toutes ces minutes-là. Puis quand ils le pognent, d'aller leur voler le plus vite possible, tu sais. Puis même ça garantit pas une victoire. Tu sais, il y a bien des choses qu'il faut qui arrivent. Mais, tu sais, moi, je suis content de notre résilience. Hier, on a joué notre meilleur match jusqu'à date. Puis même encore durant ce match-là, il y avait des erreurs, tu sais, qu'il faut essayer de corriger. Puis, mais, tu sais, c'est plus que les X-Pléo. C'est une attitude, c'est un mindset. Puis j'aime où ce qui est. J'aime où c'est qui est.
Martin, quels sont les éléments que Dobesch projette qui vous fait croire que demain, si vous avez besoin de lui, puis pour un bout de la série, si c'est nécessaire, il va répondre aux défis malgré le fait que c'est un jeune gardien?
Les éléments, là, de quoi tu parles?
Ce que tu vois par rapport à lui, l'individu, parce que je sais que tu dis souvent que tu n'es pas un spécialiste des gardiens, là. Fait que moi, je vais te parler de l'individu. C'est un gars qui envoie un bon message.
Ouais, ben moi, je pense que c'est ce qu'il a fait cette année pour nous autres. T'sais, il est rentré, puis il a eu un super de bon départ. Puis là, il y a eu une séquence un petit peu plus difficile pour le jeune gardien, mais il a fini fort. Les 2 derniers matchs qu'il a joués, quand il y pense, on avait besoin de ces points-là. Il a joué ces matchs-là. Il a livré des bonnes performances. On sait qu'il est capable de faire ça. Puis c'est de bien jouer en avant de lui, qui n'est pas obligé de voler un match. Puis on sait qu'il est capable de faire ça aussi. Puis je pense qu'il va être prêt pour n'importe quoi, puis on va essayer de l'aider.
Est-ce que l'aspect robustesse qui a été quand même assez présent dans votre jeu hier vous aide à être une meilleure équipe défensive, Martin? Parce que vous avez donné un peu moins à vos adversaires, même pas mal moins à vos adversaires hier. Y a-t-il une relation entre les deux?
Ben oui, je pense que c'est sûr. T'sais, moi, je pense que la physicalité, quand tu penses, moi, je pense au forecheck beaucoup. C'est sûr que nos défenseurs vont frapper un peu, mais je pense que nos avants sont dans un rôle où sont capables d'avoir plus de moments, d'être physiques sur la glace, sont beaucoup plus en mouvement. Puis, tu sais, quand tu amènes le forecheck qu'on a amené hier, mais tu amènes la physicalité. Puis habituellement, sur le forecheck, la puck est 200 pieds de ton net. Fait que tu te défends moins. Tu passes plus de temps là. Je pense que ça vient ensemble. Faut que tu mettes des bonnes rondelles dans la zone. Fait que je trouve qu'on a fait ça. Puis tu as besoin de ça.
Petite question rapide avant la vraie. Tu n'as pas de nouvelles, j'imagine, de Samuel Montembeault.
Oui, je suis évalué encore.
Tu parlais hier, je pense que c'est tes premières séries. Comment t'aimes, comparativement à la saison, le fait qu'en jouant tous les 2 jours, tu t'ajustes aux ajustements qu'ils font, toi et ton équipe, comment t'aimes ça, ce challenge-là? Puis...
Ben, c'est quelque chose que moi j'aime. C'est le chat pour la souris un petit peu. Puis c'est de ne pas penser qu'il faut que tout tu changes, mais tu as toujours des petits ajustements ici et là. Puis ça fait partie de la game.
Vous parlez avant le match que vous vouliez tirer le nombre de bonnes minutes. Évidemment, de leur côté, les Capitals vous vantent le match que vous avez eu, mais ont l'impression aussi qu'ils n'ont pas bien exécuté. À quel point, pour toi, vous avez forcé ça, le manque d'exécution des Capitals? Bien,
je pense que c'est sûr, faut que tu fasses ça. Puis je sais que les Capitals vont être bien meilleurs demain. C'est une des meilleures équipes de la Ligue, puis je sais qu'ils vont répondre. Il va falloir être prêt pour te répondre là en partant. Mais c'est ça la tâche des 2 équipes, c'est de rendre la job difficile de l'autre côté, aller chercher le plus de bonnes minutes que tu es capable, puis en sachant que ça ne sera pas tout le match. Puis de ne pas te trop faire mal quand tu es dans les moyens bonnes séquences d'un match.
Marty, I remember earlier this year we were talking with Mike Sullivan about your days as a player and picking apart your opponent. It's an element of playoffs that's unique in terms of playing one opponent over and over again. How have you leaned on your experiences leading up to this moment to handle this?
I mean, I feel it's a part of the game that I really like. I did it as a player, try to find holes in the other team's schemes, X's and O's, and see if you can, raise the percentages of getting success, knowing it doesn't guarantee it. But and I feel like throughout a playoff round, you have to dive in a little bit and see how they do things, and can you do things better off that, and see where they're trying to expose you as well, your stuff. So, to me, it's I think it's a big part, But with that said, it's not the only thing. I think attitude and mindset too will probably make you win a series as much as X's and O's. And if you have both, you're a hard team to play against, and that's what they're striving for.
I know you said Dovish will be ready for anything. You said Sam's still being evaluated. Is Sam ruled out for tomorrow, or is he still possible?
I have no idea. He's being evaluated today.
I'm wondering, the new look on the power play with Patty out, obviously last night, having the extra lefty on the ice, two lefties on one side, two righties on the other, not exactly that, but having two lefties that can maybe switch. I mean, how did you feel? What do you think the potential is for that combination in terms of, I know it was their first time, but...
I mean, there's a lot of great power plays in the league that run it like that, and now it's to, learn how to break the PK, together. And so the guys are familiar with that setup, but these five guys have not done that setup together for more than, one game now. So I'm very confident that it could be a really good power play in that setup. Is it, do we find that out tomorrow? Next game? Next year? I don't know. But, they're great players that can totally work together. But I don't know if we're going to get that consistent success right now. But we're going to try.
What do you think the impact of 5-on-5 could be on a kid like Demidov who's trying to find his way here?
Yeah.
The touches, the space,
Yeah.
everything that he gets on.
Yeah, for sure. It's so much value when you have touches on the power play in space. I think it builds your confidence, and I think it translates to your 5-on-5 game. And you saw last year we had Slav on the half wall. I think it was a big reason why he was able to gain some confidence and be able to relate that to his 5-on-5 play. I think Demidov is built for being a half wall guy. And him getting these touches on the PP, I think it's important for young players' confidence, and hopefully that translates to 5-on-5.
Hi. More than once you have referred to Washington as the best team in the league. I'm not disputing what they did during the regular season, but I remember when I was a kid, coaches would play mind games with the other team. Are you trying to get into their heads at all?
I think I'm just stating a fact. Like, we're going to make it as hard as we can on the Capitals, knowing this is one of the best teams in the league. And the standing, reflects that. I don't think I'm trying to pump up a team that didn't have those numbers. Like, our group going in, understand that, it's a big, big challenge we have in front of us. We're going to try to do everything we can, to make it hard. And, of course, our goal is to win the series. But we know we have a big task. And I'm not, trying to inflate anything. The Capitals are one of the best teams in the league. It's the bottom line.
Question avant le début de la série, de faire apprendre à ton jeune groupe, leur faire vivre l'expérience des séries, voir ce que c'est, l'environnement, la pression qui est plus haute. Mais vois-tu une grosse différence entre vivre ça puis aussi vivre l'expérience de gagner une game de play-off, puis de comprendre ce que ça prend, l'élément de plus que tu dois donner pour aller chercher une victoire en play-off?
La ligne est fine. T'sais, on a parlé des deux premiers games, là, puis hier, on a beaucoup mieux joué pour plus de minutes, right? Mais on a eu des moments dans les deux premières games qu'on avait l'air de ça, mais on ne l'a pas fait assez longtemps durant le match. Puis même là, on aurait peut-être pu gagner une de ces deux games-là. Puis hier, on a joué un match excellent là, de côté, une longue minute de bon hockey. Puis même là, c'était 3-3 en troisième. T'sais, on aurait pu le perdre, ce match-là. Fait que la ligne est tellement fine que, faut... il n'y a pas une action sur la glace qui peut peut-être pas influencer le score final. Ça peut être un mauvais changement, une mauvaise punition, perd un face-off, qui est vraiment pas nécessairement X's and O's, puis tout. Mais je pense que les joueurs, passer à travers de ça, ça te fait réaliser vraiment. Puis je pense que quand tu prends cette expérience-là, puis tu continues d'amener ça à la prochaine saison et tout, pas juste individuellement, mais tu te développes comme équipe.
Tu parles depuis tantôt que c'est plus que les X et les O. Il y a de l'intensité, il y a de l'émotion. En début de match, Arbor Xhekaj, une de ses premières présences, il sort du territoire défensif pour aller faire une mise en échec. Je pense à son retour au banc, tu lui as parlé rapidement. Sens-tu qu'il a réussi à bien contrôler ses émotions dans ce match-là? Puis est-ce que sa simple présence a eu une influence pour les coéquipiers?
Oui, je pense que oui. Xhekaj a joué un excellent match. Il a joué comme il est capable de jouer. Je sais, ça fait longtemps qu'il n'avait pas joué. Fait que moi, je suis content. Puis comme je l'ai expliqué hier, c'est pas que Xhekaj n'a pas joué parce que j'ai pas confiance en Xhekaj. C'est parce qu'on est arrivé à un moment de l'année où on a sorti un, on avait une coupe de défaites en ligue, il fallait qu'en sortir un, puis on était allé en gagner 6 en ligne. C'est dur de changer des affaires. Mais on s'est fait diriger dans cette direction-là en perdant les 2 premiers matchs. Jacko, il rentre, full confiance, puis il a fait sa job.
Merci, Marc.
OK, merci.